What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we resume testing to build my 6-ball arsenal for the Open Championships. If you guys don't know what Open Championships is, it's a tournament run by USBC that runs from March up until like July. There's thousands and thousands of people that bowl, so it's technically, I think, like the biggest tournament in the world. They get thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. I don't know the statistics, but they get a bunch of people to bowl. It runs for 4 months straight, all day, every day, morning till night. So we are trying to build the most optimal arsenal for this year to hopefully get some strikes, win some eagles. But if you guys didn't watch the first part, it was the urethane part. Go check it out if you want. If not, you can just stay here. We are doing the, I guess you call them the high-end balls, the big balls. I didn't want to say that, but I said it. The big balls, solid asymmetrics. Actually, one of them is not a solid asym, but it's a big ball. So a very important part of the bag. Typically the first kind of ball transition out of urethane with. And in case you guys didn't watch the first urethane part video, we're kind of just taking it section by section by section. Categories of bowling balls. We're gonna just try and eliminate a few, and then we're gonna have a penultimate video at the end selecting what 6 balls we're gonna take based off of the ones that did not get eliminated from each category. So it's gonna be about 2 to 3 that we're gonna keep and make to the penultimate video. But I'm just gonna show you guys the bowling balls. I got 5 of them here today, so slightly less testing this time than the urethane video, but I'll show you guys the balls. So here we go. You guys have seen this one before. This is my Ion Max, and full transparency, it's probably the favorite to be going to Open Championships, but you know, we're testing to see if we can be surprised or not. The newest of them all, the RST Hyperdrive. You guys know I have 2 of them. This is the pin down one. You guys will see that later. Physics Blackout, the one that's not a solid asym, but it does have the strongest pearl cover stop we make, and it does come dull, although it does not look it right now. That can be changed at some point. And then we got the classics up here. A couple of fan favorites. So if you guys know me, which most of you I think don't, but a lot of you do, one of my favorite balls of all time, the Hyperscell, perhaps the greatest ball made ever, and the Reality, a fan favorite when we first merged with Global, or actually just took them over. When Storm took them over, this ball came out very shortly after, very popular, very good big ball, and that's just my 7-up spare ball looking thing over there. So those are the 5 contestants, other than him over there, and we're just gonna do the same thing like we did last time. We're just gonna throw them, I'm gonna talk to them, not talk to them, talk to you about them. And we're just gonna try and find some shape differences. That's what we're looking for. Shape differences and use and purpose of them, and trying to fit them into the appropriate slots. So here we go, let's do it. Without further ado, let's get bowling. So I'm gonna start with who I believe is the front runner and the odds on favorite to travel to Baton Rouge. Ion Max, and even though it is pin up, it's my 4 1/4 by 5 3/4 by 2.5 inch buffer layout. I was kind of leaning towards a pin down ball, which I got 3 of them there. But this one, it just seems to burn up and blend out in the perfect spot on the lane, which is kind of what I'm looking for this ball. I'm looking for this ball to be like the slowest reactive ball I've got. I need to have that option. So when urethane runs out, I have something that's kind of close to it, so I don't get stuck for a little bit. But I'm just bowling on titanium, 44-foot pattern. I don't know why. I just put it down. But here we go. Just gonna throw some shots for you. And if those 4 shots didn't encapsulate what TV bowling supply is, then I don't know what is. A lane 14, blower 7, and a stone 9. But the Ion Max kit, it just kind of does what I need that kind of ball to do. You can see it starts up real early, but it goes forward down lane, which is very advantageous for someone with as strong of a hand as I've got. For this particular event, I'm not looking for a ball that, especially in this category, that I'm trying to use throughout the whole lane. This is a ball that's going to be right in front of me, especially because they're pretty slick this year, I've been told, and that I understand. So I'm not looking for a hookable big ball. I brought a couple. just to see if I can be surprised. I also may take 2 big Asyms, but Ion Max, it's just passing with flying colors. It's a ball that I've tested a bunch too, so I'm very comfortable with it. I've thrown it on short, I've thrown it on cheetah, I've thrown it on long, thrown it on this. It looked pretty darn good. Ion Max, the front runner for sure, but we're gonna move on to the newest one of the bunch, RST Hyperdrive. The reason why I picked the pin down one, if you guys didn't see, I don't even know which video I put this one in, but this is 4 by 5 3/4 by 3 7/8, I think. So pin under the bridge just for most of you, but a stronger pin down layout. Something I tried to use to play straighter, but it's a little quicker down lane than I want it to be. And I think that's just because of the weight block, a little higher RG. But I'm just gonna let you guys see that. I'm not really gonna move around too much with each of the balls. I'm gonna move kind of as the lanes transition. I'm gonna try and keep it as natural as possible. So, Hyperdrive. I hope you guys can see the shape difference. You can see it's a bit quicker off the transition, which is not really what I'm looking for out of a ball like this, but it looks kind of incredible right now. So if I were bowling open championships on titanium at HP on 13-14, absolutely the Hyperdrive, but we'll wait till the end of the video to see if we eliminate it or not. This is gonna be the hardest test of them all because the big Asyms are just like a wide range of usage. You can use them in different ways depending on how you like to use them. And I have to remember that it's like a short format tournament. It's 3 game blocks. So I'm not really looking for a ball that I'm gonna use throughout more of the lane. It's just being on top of the moves and then kind of really acing what part of the lane that ball is good at. And then we have to get out of it, just do something different. So Hyperdrive, I mean, it's gonna stay in contention because it just looked incredible there, but we're gonna move on to the next ball. The Physics Blackout. This is the cleanest of them all. And this one most likely will be in contention to be the second Asym that I bring if I do decide to bring 2 strong cover Asyms, because it's the cleanest. It's got the longest pin / pin buffer combination. It's 5 1/4 by 4 3/4 by 5. So it's the cleanest one of the bunch. The 5 by, I've momentarily forgot how many balls I brought, but it's the cleanest out of the 5, along with being the pearl, the lone pearl. So you guys will see it. This one will probably 9 pin. All right, well, no 9 pin, but you can see it's the cleanest of them all. Again, looks incredible because it is a higher friction lane surface. It's just gonna match up a little bit better. That is a ball that I'd be like, again, if I'm bowling a 6 8 game tournament where I'm moving across the pairs, that ball would be incredible. But I can also see that being a ball down off of the Ion Max, especially if I hit the max with more surface, which is likely going to happen, and leave the Physics either lane shine or even kind of wet spin it with a 2 or a 3000. Significantly cleaner, and it's a lot more shapeable than the Ion Max. So that one's definitely got to stay in consideration for sure. Also because I just think that ball's incredible as well. So we've progressively been getting cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. This is where kind of the X Factor balls come in, the classics, the OGs I like to call them. I'm gonna go with the reality first. So this one is probably the most game time worthy. And what I mean by game time worthy is like, I don't want to call them actual tournaments, so like longer format tournaments. This ball was obviously very good because you can keep using it for a bit longer than most of the other big solid Asyms. It was a little more hookable, term I like to use on this channel. And this one's also got the hookable layout on it compared to all the other ones. This one's got the old 5 by 5 by 3. So it's not going to be as fantastic on the fresh. The lanes would have to be carried down, I think, the most out of these 5 to be the best. It's just going to shape the most, I think, front to back, with the combination of the kind of the up layout, the kind of ball that it is. It's the most shapeable, I think, out of them all, but you'll see it. It's the one that creates the most shape, as you can see there. I actually had to move a little bit and still wasn't enough if I got to that spot to the right. It just doesn't bleed the way I need a ball like that to, for that part of the lane, for that part of the block. So that one's gonna be out, sadly. But like, as you saw, the other 3 balls, they got to that same spot that the Reality 3610 from 3 times. They bled and they hit the pocket. That one just kind of jumped, and then when I moved in, got one inside out, it threw the messenger, but that wasn't very good. That's not going to strike very much. Just a little too, that's what you call too quick. That ball's a little too quick. The other ones, they bleed. If you never heard the term bleeding in bowling, it's like a positive way of saying rolling out, but rolling out the good way. So that's the first ball we're eliminating. Last ball that we brought with us today, my personal favorite, just as a ball. This one specifically, I don't know if this one is, but the Daddy. I've been throwing these since college. This is my last one. I actually have 2 that I've drilled, but the Hyperscell. And this is my pin down one. Not really sure what this layout is. It was just kind of finger methoded. I drilled this at Darren's house for a regional that I was bowling a couple years ago. But if I had to guess, it's like 4 1/4 on the pin. That mass is pretty strong. So this one is almost like a marriage between the Ion Max and the Hyperdrive. So it reads the front kind of like the Ion Max, but it's a little bit quicker, but it goes forward really fast. So that's something that could be really good or could be really not good. So again, a few shots here. So it's a combination of a few things. One, the lanes are transitioning, so that spot to the right got really hot. Still, it's not blending that spot like I really needed to. Those last 2 balls, the Hyperscell and the Reality, I think are just entirely too quick for what I need that ball to do. Sadly, I think I'm going to eliminate it. And then I'm gonna do one last part of this test. I'm gonna actually throw the balls that were thrown previously that are still in contention from a little bit further left, and just see them in the transition spot where kind of the Reality and the Hyperscell got trapped. I'm gonna just throw 1 with each, and then we're gonna make our decision here. That's just so bad. I'm gonna try that again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a testament to how fast these lanes can blow up using these kind of balls with, you know, a 500 rev rate. But I gotta try and trap it in front of me a little more, but I can't move away from it too much. So it's almost just staying in the same spot and just keeping it left. Like that. Like that visually looks the best to me. That ball is for sure making the final video. Ion Max, we like that. All right, Hyperdrive from that same spot. This is the one we're iffy on, and I think I was only keeping it around because it struck a lot. But we're gonna stay in the same spot, try and throw the same shot. Probably not going to, but just keep it a little more in front of us. That's more in front of us. It's good, but it doesn't really read the window that like my eye likes to see that. I think I've already made my decisions here, but I'm gonna throw the physics one time as well. Physics from the same spot. This is one from that spot. If I get the speed right, it could look disgusting. Yep, didn't look disgusting. All right, guys, that's it. Time to make my choices. Reality, out. Hyperscell, Breaks my heart, but out. Hyperdrive, out. We're gonna take the last two into the final video. We're going Ion Max. Ion Max, which is the heavy favorite to go. It's almost like a Vegas odds minus 200 that this ball's gonna go. This is almost guaranteed to go. This ball, I've actually never thrown it in competition, but I just love what it does. I love the shape. So, Ion Max. And in case we're gonna go with the double big Asym look, the physics. That's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching part 2 of this Building My Bag for Open Championship series. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. We're close to 50,000 subscribers. You know what we do. We give away bowling balls every 10,000, so get that count up. Half of you are not subscribed when you're watching this video, so just subscribe, please, and thank you. If you guys like the jersey, efx.co, link is down in the description below. Use code MITA or CAGVI for 10% off. Helps you, helps me, and that's all I got for you guys. I'm tired. That was way too much bowling for someone of my career and stature. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Part 3 is going to be, do we go cleaner Asyms or solid symmetrics? The quote-unquote benchmark. I think we're going to go with the benchmark balls next, so stay tuned for that. Stay subscribed so you get the notification for that, and I'll see you then.